Stop me if you've heard this one before. The dynasty is dead. The Patriot way is over. Foxborough is just another stadium. That's what they've been telling you for years, right? But what if I told you it was all a lie? What if the obituary was written too soon? Because something is happening in New England that the NFL doesn't want to talk about. The Patriots aren't just winning again. They're winning ugly. They're winning violent, and they're doing it with the cold, quiet rage of someone who remembers every single insult, every laugh, every time they were counted out. This isn't a feel-good comeback story. This is a reset. This is Mike Vrabel, not as a coach, but as an exorcist, coming back to purge the softness, to bury the past, and to resurrect something the league hoped was gone forever. They built a defense that doesn't just stop you, it hunts. They have a quarterback with a point to prove to the world. Don't forget to subscribe to Redone Report for more powerful NFL stories. So let's ask the real question everyone is whispering but too afraid to say out loud. What if the Patriots were never really gone? What if they were just waiting? Strap in. The wake-up call is over. The payback starts now. You don't just rebuild from nothing. You rebuild from ruin. And last year's Patriots weren't just bad, they were an embarrassment. The defense was old and slow. The offense had no identity, no punch. The only thing consistent about Drake Maye was how often he hit the ground. It felt like the entire foundation had rotted away. Think about the kind of player Mike Vrabel was. Tough, angry, relentless. Now think about what he saw when he looked at that broken-down roster. It wasn't talent he needed, it was attitude. So he didn't ask the front office for stars, he asked for soldiers. Guys like Harold Landry, who lives in the backfield. Carlton Davis, who takes pride in locking down a whole side of the field. He built a defense that doesn't just play to the whistle, it plays through you. That's how you change a culture, not with speeches, but with actions. You let the violence on the field do the talking. Suddenly, practice wasn't about plays, it was about pain. The hardest hits weren't on Sunday, they were on Wednesday. And slowly, week by week, the team that forgot how to fight remembered its own teeth. This wasn't a new defense, it was an old ghost pulling on the pads again, and the league was about to feel every single hit. While the defense was learning to breathe fire again, the offense was handed a secret weapon. And it wasn't Drake Maye's arm. It was the 6'5", 300-pound wall they built in front of him. The front office drafted two human mountains, Will Campbell and Jared Wilson, and gave them one job: make sure our quarterback doesn't get killed. For the first time, Maye could drop back and actually see the field instead of the sky. But protection is only half the story. You have to give a young quarterback targets he can trust. So they went out and got him a security blanket with a superstar's resume, Stephon Diggs. And just like that, checkdowns became first downs, safe throws became explosive plays. They added a lightning bolt at running back, Trayvon Henderson, who turns a simple handoff into a heart attack for a defense. This is the masterstroke. They didn't ask Drake Maye to be a hero, they just asked him to be a point guard. Distribute the ball, don't turn it over, let the monsters around you do the work. It took the pressure off and put it squarely on the opposition. Now defenses have to pick their poison, and no matter what they choose, they're going to get hurt. And now, here we are, one game left. On paper, it's a dream matchup. The Denver Broncos are walking into Foxborough with their star quarterback, Bo Nix, watching from the sidelines in a cast. Their season is in the hands of a backup. The entire world is already writing the script. An easy Patriots win, a return to glory. That's exactly what makes this so dangerous. Because Denver isn't coming here to be a part of your story. They're coming with a top-5 defense that wants to drag this game into a dark alley. They don't need their quarterback to win it. They need him to not lose it while their defense tries to take Drake Maye's head off. This is a classic trap, the kind of game where a favorite gets comfortable, makes a few mistakes, and wakes up in a dogfight. So the real test isn't about X's and O's, it's about nerve. It's about a young quarterback looking at a defense designed to confuse him and choosing patience over pride. It's about Mike Vrabel making sure his team doesn't listen to the noise. The Patriots have the better team, but in January, with everything on the line, the better team doesn't always win. The tougher one does. And we're about to find out just how tough New England is. This brings us to the man in the middle of it all, Drake Maye. He's heard it all. Bust, overrated, not the guy. For 2 seasons, he took the beatings and the blame. But look at him now. He's not the same quarterback. There's a quiet fury in his game. He's not playing to prove the fans right. He's playing to make every critic eat their words. His stats won't blow you away. He's still making a couple of young guy mistakes, but watch the tape. See the way he stands in the pocket now, trusting his protection. See the way he looks off a safety before firing a bullet to Dix. He's not just managing the game, he's starting to control it. Every completion is a middle finger to the past. Every drive is a step out of Tom Brady's shadow and into his own light. This is his true rookie season. Last year didn't count. That was survival. This year, with an army around him, he's finally being judged. And with the whole world waiting for him to crack in the AFC Championship, he has the ultimate chance to flip the story forever. This isn't about talent anymore. It's about guts. And Drake Maye looks like he's finally got enough for the whole team. Here's the truth everyone missed. The Patriot way was never about playbooks or secret strategies. It was a warning, a promise. It said, we will outwork you, we will outprepare you, and we will outlast you. For a few years, that warning faded to a whisper, but Mike Vrabel found the old sign, dusted it off, and hung it back up in lights, and the entire league is reading it loud and clear again. This season proves that the Patriots' greatness was never just about one man. It was a system, a belief, and systems don't retire. They don't get traded. They just wait for the right person to come along and turn the engine back on. Vrabel was that person. He didn't copy the past. He plugged its ruthless heart into a new body. This team plays with that same cold, business-like efficiency that made them hated for 2 decades. That's why this run feels different. It doesn't feel lucky. It feels inevitable, like a force of nature resetting itself. When you hear that quiet confidence from the locker room, it's not arrogance. It's the echo of that old warning, finally being heard again. They know who they are now, and the scary part for the rest of the league is we do too. So this is where it ends, or maybe where it truly begins. This Sunday in Foxborough isn't just a football game, it's a trial. The jury is the NFL world, and the verdict will be written in the cold New England turf. Did this comeback season mean anything, or was it just a good story that ran into a brick wall when it mattered most? Every single player in that locker room is carrying the weight of 2 eras. The ghosts of the past are watching, and the future is waiting to be claimed. A win doesn't just send them to the Super Bowl, it erases every doubt, every joke, every headline from last year's disaster. It stamps this new era as legitimate and announces that the Patriots' time is not over, it's just different. But a loss? A loss means the doubters were right. It means the dynasty is truly a memory, and this season was just a flash of lightning in a long, dark night. The pressure is absolute. There is no middle ground. This is why we watch sports, for this moment, for the team that rose from the grave, standing 1 win away from cementing their return or vanishing back into the shadows. The storm is here, and Foxborough is the eye. This was never about making the playoffs. It was sending a message. From 4-17 to the AFC Championship door, that's not a rebuild, that's a reckoning. Mike Vrabel didn't come here to rebuild a football team. He came back to restore a standard that had been forgotten. And in doing so, he didn't just change a season, he changed the entire future of a franchise. Drake Maye isn't Tom Brady. He doesn't have to be. He's something else, the leader of the next war, the face of a team that learned how to fight before it learned how to win. His story, with all its fumbles and flashes of brilliance, is the story of these Patriots. They aren't perfect, but they are here. And in sports, being here, in this game, with this chance, is everything. So, as the lights come on this Sunday, remember this: win or lose, they've already won. They forced the world to look at them again, to respect them again, to fear them again.
The Patriots are no longer a memory, they're a reality, and they're not going anywhere. This is just the first chapter of the comeback, and something tells me it's going to be a long, loud book. On Sunday, the fans of New England will cash in the ultimate emotional check. For a year, they've invested belief in a team that gave them none. They've watched the transformation in real time. Now they will be paid back in pure adrenaline, or in total heartbreak. That's the deal. That's the price of faith. You don't just get to enjoy the ride, you have to live where it stops. For an entire region, this game isn't entertainment, it's an emotional verdict. Beyond the fans, there are the men who built it, the front office that made the tough calls, the scouts who found the players. This is their report card, graded live in front of millions. A passing grade means vindication. It means their plan was right. A failing grade means a long, painful review of everything.